chicks. Lost in happiness that day, Ravenna was late to evening prayers. With livid cheeks, the headmistress reprimanded her before the other girls. Then she made them all peel turnips until their hands were raw, and sent them to bed without supper. The next morning, when Ravenna snuck out of the attic, 3 of the Foundling Home's meanest girls stood at the base of the stairs waiting for her. With arms crossed and lower lips curled, they said only what they always said to her: "Gypsy." But the following day, when Ravenna went into the yard for their half-hour of brisk walking, the 3 girls stood directly beneath the attic window. Before them on the ground were a great big stone and the remnants of a nest of twigs and leaves. The little bird never returned. Arabella fought the girls with nails and fists, and won, of course. That night in the cold dormitory, while Eleanor tended to Arabella's bruises and cuts, she spoke soft words of comfort to Ravenna. But despite her sister's help, Ravenna came to the conclusion that some girls were heartless. After the bird, the battle lines were clearly drawn. The mean girls did all in their power to trip up the sisters before the headmistress, and most of the time they met with success. Eleanor endured their cruelties. Arabella confronted them. Ravenna escaped. Losing herself on the modest grounds of the Foundling Home, whether in the cocooning warmth of summertime, the crisp chill of autumn, the peace of winter, or the soft, damp grey of spring, she fashioned a world in which she could not feel the tugs on her braids or the whispers of Egyptian, which she did not understand. Outside the white-washed walls of her prison, she sang with blackbirds, scouted out fox, nibbled on berries in the briar patch and raw nuts fallen from friendly trees. Mr. Bones was excellent company. He never spit or pinched, and since her skin was quite like the colour of his shaggy coat, he never commented on it. When the Reverend Martin Caulfield took her and her sisters away from the Foundling Home, Eleanor said, "He is a good man, Venner, a scholar." Whatever that was, it will be different now. A man of dust-coloured hair and dust-coloured garments, but a kind face and a quiet voice, Reverend Caulfield brought them to his cottage, tucked behind the church in a corner of the small village. Never beating them or making them scrub floors. Taliesin, the gypsy boy, did the latter in exchange for lessons. The Reverend taught them to pray, to read, to write, and to listen carefully to his sermons. These lessons proved challenging for Ravenna, especially the last. The cat that the church ladies kept to eat up all the mice would curl into Ravenna's lap during the service, and purr so loudly that they always told her to take it outside. Once freed, she never returned. The Cathedral of Nature seemed a more fitting place to worship the great Creator than inside stone walls anyway. On her 8th birthday, the Reverend took her to the blacksmith's shop and opened the door of a horse stall, revealing a sleeping dog and, at her belly, a wiggling cluster of furry bodies. All of them, save one, were liver-spotted. The one, black and shaggy, as though he had been deposited in the straw by the hand of Methuselah, tilted his head away from his mother's teat toward her, cracked open his golden eyes, and Ravenna was so filled up that she could not utter even a sigh. She called him Beast, and they were never apart. He attended her to lessons, and on Sundays sat beneath the elm in the churchyard and waited for her. But most days they spent in the woods and the fields, running and swimming and laughing. They were deliriously happy, and always Ravenna knew he was too strong, too large, and too fierce to ever be hurt by anybody, and too loyal to ever leave her. On rainy days, the stable, smelling of straw and